Hello, everyone. Brett, the comic novice here, and today I am here with issue number 2 of Superman, written by Joshua Williamson. This comes on the shoulders of the glorious issue number 1, written by also Joshua Williamson. And also, I need to talk about this Action Comics 1052, which, again, I think we're right now really enjoying a wealth of good Superman titles. I did a previous video on Superman Lost. It was not a review, it was more of a compare and contrast between the adventures of John Kent, which, notice, which one I have not been raving about. But that is besides the point. I'm going to be discussing about the excitement around Superman, and I believe some really good things that are happening in both Action and Superman. So please stick around and check this out. All right, so month 3 of Dawn of DC, we have, I think, probably the strongest titles within the DC universe, and that is the Superman comic written by Joshua Williamson and the Action comic, which features 3 stories, 2 of them currently, which are good, and another one, if I didn't worry that it would depreciate the value, it would just rip out altogether, and that is the Power Girl story. But that's besides the point. So with Superman 2, there was a moment that I had to actually reread the first issue because I didn't notice something that was going on and that was the essentially dissection or medical procedure, probably unsolicited medical procedure done to the Bizarro Superman. So that has something going on the forefront. At the very end of the Superman issue number 1, we had an introduction of a couple of teasers that were going to be coming out probably within this calendar year of 2023. Then with this, we have the Marilyn Moonlight character, which features on the main cover. And we kind of get basically back into where we left off, where Superman was being, attacked by multiple parasites. Now, again, me being a comic novice, I know it's not a character that I'm very familiar with. So I'm just, going on what I read and what they give me. And that is, Parasite has the ability to drain Superman's powers. However, as we see, we've noticed that they've actually kind of multiplied. So maybe perhaps Parasite, and Lex does tease this a little while later, that Parasite's powers have evolved or changed or adapted. And so I think that's kind of an interesting thing because it's not that, Superman doesn't have a good or bad rogues gallery. Not, but I think it is, the standard routine of certain things. And I believe what is being teased in issue number 1 as well as issue number 2, there is going to be a massive improvement or increase in the rogues gallery for Superman. We have this council that is basically kind of taking advantage of the lack of Lex Luthor being around as he is imprisoned in Stryker's Island. And, they reference again the dissection or experimentation with the Bizarro Superman. We cut to the Luthor Corp, or now Super Corp, that is being attacked by all of the parasites. Superman, extremely weak, goes and helps. Mercy Graves, I do remember seeing a cover where she, I guess, gets affected by the Lazarus Rain or whatever. Who cares? Anyway, I found a way to read that, Lazarus Planet without actually reading Lazarus Planet. And I'm never going to go in and read the entirety of Lazarus Planet. That being said, so Mercy Graves has kind of a power upgrade to take care of business. Then we get, uh, there is a line here that John Kent says that I'm a horrified kind of by. And that's just basically, we've erected. Okay. Thank you for erecting. Anyway, erected a ice barrier around Metropolis. But yeah. Then we get our kind of first introduction, but not really a fully well-developed character in Marilyn Moonlight. She appears, she seems to have some sort of moonlight gun that she shoots at Superman. She talks about ghosts. And then after she leaves in a moonlight, I guess, of glory, and we get a weird, like, old-timey on a horseback type of a picture. So what is going on with this? Again, very interested, very intriguing that occurrences so far with multiple new villains. Then we have this whole back and forth between, Superman, Clark Kent, and Lex Luthor, where Luthor is basically saying, I told you, you need to get me out. I know what I'm doing. You need to help me. This will end. Just get me out, break me out, break me out. And Marilyn Moonlight basically helps charge Superman, and he gets his powers back. So he's not apt to really go help him. And then he finds that Lois Lane is missing. Actually, that's why he bumped into Marilyn Moonlight to begin with. And what we have is we have Lois Lane now kind of a parasite. And then eventually we kind of see, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, basically, "Hey, pal, I'm hungry," or whatever. So now it's like a whole outbreak of Parasite. Then we get the teaser of basically Parasite is now airborne, and people are kind of morphing into Parasite. So it's gonna be an intriguing thing. It looks like Superman possibly is infected. I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen next with that story. I think they're, again, super high interest. The only downside, honestly, for me personally, is this is a standard issue of a comic, and it is now $1 more, so $3.99. So, yeah, and with certain bills or whatever, sadly, I'm going to have to scale back immensely. So, Action Comics is great. We have, Metallo we have this Metallo thing that's going on between Luther and him. Basically Metallo being blackmailed to kill Superman and as many super family members as possible. You have this good, again, back and forth with these brand new it's slow, the action slowed down at one point in time, and I was kind of bummed with it because it's just like, no, this is something that, like, the John Kent book would do, but because we have these brand new alien kids, I feel as though it is super important. And then, of course, we kind of go into Metallo's background and why he's doing what he's doing. He's, floating away in space. And then, to me, what really is intriguing about this issue is we have Metallo basically getting ready to create his own group of Metallo agents, bots, whatever. That's kind of teased for 1053. So again, going from strength to strength, the next story features John Kent Superman Rebirth. We are getting this whole, alien crash landing ship. He's working with them. He basically tells her that he has, superpowers, or she came to look for somebody who has superpowers. He kind of gives his secret away, saying that he does have superpowers. She gets abducted. He looks like he's probably going to get abducted. She's going to go save him. And then as Lois wakes up, we find that Doombreaker, yes, the character that you thought was just a one shot for the one shot Death of Superman anniversary issue, is back. And again, just playing from strength to strength. I'm super excited for this. This is going to be great, except for the last story. The last story is looks like it's garbage, but after 1053, we're going to be done with that three-story arc, and perhaps we're going to get a better story. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, whatever. I love to hear your comments. Thank you very much. You can email me at comicnovice@gmail.com. And then whatever, thumbs up, whatever. I again appreciate it so much. Thank you. I hope that my videos are actually worth watching. I do take constructive criticism. Maybe. All right. Thanks again. And until next time, I will see you in the dollar bins.